Okay, so we've all heard the advice, right? Eat less, move more. Simple. But what if it's not that simple? What if the whole story of weight management is way more complicated? Like, what if there's this hidden player deep inside you that's pulling the strings on everything from your appetite to how many calories you actually get from your food? Today, we're going to pull back that curtain. And look, the scale of this whole thing is just massive. We're talking 1.9 billion adults worldwide who are overweight or obese, according to the World Health Organization. But get this, that rate has tripled since 1975. Tripled! This isn't just a personal struggle for a few people, it's a full-blown global health crisis. And here's the part that drives so many of us crazy. You know the drill. You do everything right, you put in the work, you lose the weight, and then, boom, it comes right back. It's so frustrating. And the research backs us up. For most people, that weight regain is almost a given. It's like our own metabolism is fighting against us, trying to drag us back to where we started.
So that just begs the question, right? If that simple calories in, calories out idea isn't the full picture, what are we missing? What's the secret ingredient? What's this hidden factor that could be tipping the scales?
Well, here it is. The answer is your gut microbiome. Yep, that bustling, totally invisible ecosystem living inside your intestines. It is an incredibly powerful player in your health and your weight, and for a long, long time, we've basically been ignoring it.
And just so we're all on the same page, when I say microbiome, I mean a literal community of trillions of microorganisms. Bacteria, viruses, fungi, the whole shebang. Get this, you have more microbial cells in your gut than you have human cells in your entire body. That's wild. And they're not just hanging out for a free ride. No, they are active participants in your biology.
Okay, this is where the science gets really, really cool. So scientists can raise these special mice in a totally sterile bubble. No germs, no microbes, nothing. And these germ-free mice, they have less body fat than regular mice. But wait, here's the kicker. They actually eat more food. Let that sink in. They're eating more but storing less fat, all because they don't have that gut ecosystem. This is like definitive proof that the microbiome was directly calling some of the shots on how our bodies use energy.
Okay, so how on earth do they do it? How does this tiny community of microbes actually run the show from inside our gut? Let's take a look at the microbiome's playbook. All right, so one of their biggest tricks is what I call hidden energy harvesting. Think about something like fiber. Our bodies, on their own, can't really break it down. Our enzymes just aren't up to the task. But for our gut microbes, that's a feast. They take that fiber, they ferment it, and they turn it into these things called short-chain fatty acids, or SCFAs for short. And guess what? Our bodies can absorb those for energy. It's literally like having a whole second digestive system working for you.
And we're not talking about a small amount here. This isn't just pocket change. This extra energy that our microbes are wringing out of our food can make up 5 to 10% of our total daily calories. That is a huge deal, and it's something that you will never ever see listed on a nutrition label.
But honestly, finding extra calories is just the beginning. Their job description is way bigger than that. You can think of your gut microbes as like the mission control center for your metabolism. Seriously, they're involved in sending signals to your brain that say, hey, you're hungry, or okay, you're full now. They have a say in whether you store energy as fat or burn it off as heat. They even help keep the lining of your gut strong and healthy to stop things like inflammation.
So here's the bottom line. Your gut microbes are not just passengers along for the ride. I love how one researcher put it. They're the active directors of your metabolism. They're the ones making crucial decisions about whether that sandwich you just ate gets stored as fat or gets burned off as heat. That's a process called thermogenesis, by the way.
Okay, I know this might all sound a little scary, like you're not even in the driver's seat of your own body. But here's the really good news. This is absolutely a two-way street. We have a huge amount of power to influence our own microbial community. And get this, the change can happen fast, like incredibly fast. Your microbiome is not set in stone. The science is showing that big changes to your gut bacteria can happen in just 1 or 2 days based on what you eat. I mean, think about that. What you decide to have for lunch today could literally start remodeling your internal ecosystem by tomorrow. That's crazy.
Now, not all of our choices have the same impact. It's not a level playing field. When you look at the research, the biggest, most dramatic shift in the microbiome comes from surgical stuff, like a gastric bypass. That's the top tier. Coming in second are major shifts in what you eat, so diet. And then exercise has a smaller, but definitely still important impact. So this kind of gives us a power ranking of the different levers we can pull.
So, what does a microbiome-friendly choice actually look like in the real world? Well, it can be pretty simple. High-fiber foods, that's basically a direct food delivery for your good gut bugs, helping them flourish. But on the flip side, some additives and processed foods can really cause trouble. A great example is emulsifiers. You know those ingredients that keep things like ice cream or salad dressing from separating? Well, some research suggests they can mess with the protective lining in our gut, and that can lead to inflammation. It really makes you realize you're not just eating for one, you're eating for trillions.
So all of this incredible new science is completely rewriting the rules for weight management. We are literally on the edge of a new era. An era where we move beyond just counting calories and start thinking about, well, feeding our microbes.
And this is leading to some seriously futuristic ideas. I mean, imagine taking a next-gen probiotic, not just a generic one, but a specific beneficial bug like, okay, get ready for this name, Akkermansia muciniphila, which is known to boost metabolic health. Or how about a diet that's personalized not just for your DNA, but for your unique gut microbiome? And then there's the stuff that sounds straight out of science fiction, like using a fecal transplant from a lean person to help someone else maintain their weight loss. It's wild stuff.
And it all comes down to this one kind of mind-blowing question. We know that something like weight loss surgery dramatically changes the gut, and we know that changing the gut dramatically changes our weight. So could we one day get the same powerful results of surgery, but without the scalpel? Could we do it just by changing that hidden community living inside us? I mean, just think about that. That question alone shows you just how much of a game changer this science really is.